What just happened with your pension, and why is no one talking about what it really means for you? David here, and I need to ask you something serious. Have you checked what's changed with your pension lately? Because something big just got approved, and it could affect not only your income but also how easily you access extra help in the months ahead. We're talking about new pension rules that have already been greenlit by Keir and the government, and while it might sound like another headline, this one's different. These changes weren't made just for show. They're already starting to impact real people, but the strange thing? Many pensioners still don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So let me ask you, what if the way your pension is calculated is about to shift in your favor? What if benefits you've never claimed, or didn't even know you qualified for, suddenly became easier to get? And what if a single letter or change in the system could mean hundreds, or even thousands of pounds more in your account, without you doing anything? But here's the twist, if you're not watching closely, you might miss out completely. Why? Because some of these rule changes are automatic, and some, well, you'll need to act quickly. That's where most people slip up. You see, these aren't just tweaks or adjustments buried in a government website. They could directly change how much you receive when you receive it, and whether you finally get access to support you've been denied in the past. But unless you know what changed, and how to take action, that extra money might never reach you. And no, this isn't about guessing or rumors. The decisions have already been made, they just haven't been properly explained to the people who matter most, you. That's why I'm here. So before you scroll away, before you miss something that could help you in real, practical ways, stick with me. Because in just a moment I'm going to walk you through exactly what's been approved, who it applies to, and what steps, if any, you should be taking right now to make sure you're not one of the many pensioners left behind. I'm David, and this affects every single UK pensioner, including you. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear could make all the difference to your financial future. So, as we dive into the details, let's start by looking at what these new pension rules really mean for UK pensioners. A lot has been said in the news about Keir and the government's approval of these changes, but you might still be wondering, what exactly does this mean for me? Firstly, these changes aren't just some vague promises. They are designed to give pensioners more support, more security, and potentially more money in your pocket. As we know, the cost of living in the UK has been rising steadily over the years. For many pensioners, it feels like prices are going up faster than the pension itself. But now, with these new rules in play, there's hope that this could change. For one, the triple lock on pensions, something you've probably heard about, has been reinforced. Now, this is really significant because it means that your state pension could be rising at a much faster rate than it would have under previous systems. The triple lock guarantees that your pension rises by whichever is highest among inflation, earnings growth, or 2.5%. Many pensioners were worried that this would be scrapped or altered. But now, not only has it been kept, it's been made stronger. What does this mean for you? Well, it could mean that the amount you receive in your pension could be higher, especially if inflation remains high or your earnings are growing. Inflation has been a big issue lately, especially when it comes to rising energy bills, groceries, and other everyday expenses. The new pension rules are designed to address these issues by including more everyday costs, like food and energy, in the inflation measurement. This could lead to a more realistic increase in your pension every year, helping you keep up with these rising costs. If you're living on a fixed income, any increase can be a big deal. A rise in your pension could make a big difference to your financial security and quality of life. But there's more. Alongside the reinforcement of the triple lock, the new rules have changed how pension credit is assessed and awarded. Pension credit is one of the most valuable forms of financial support for pensioners, but it's also one of the most confusing. Many pensioners miss out on pension credit simply because the application process is complicated, or because they didn't know they were eligible. Well, the new system is designed to simplify that process. The government is now working on linking pension credit assessments with your existing benefits and tax records. This means that if you're already receiving certain benefits or if HMRC knows that you're on a low income, you could be automatically flagged as eligible for pension credit without needing to go through the usual paperwork and lengthy application process. Imagine how much easier that would be. No more complicated forms, no more waiting for months to find out if you're eligible. This change could mean that many pensioners who've been missing out on pension credit might finally get the help they deserve. One of the biggest issues with pension credit has been that so many eligible pensioners don't even know they qualify, or they get frustrated with the complicated application process. Some estimates suggest that around 850,000 eligible pensioners aren't claiming pension credit because of these issues. But now, with the new system, many of these pensioners could be contacted directly, and in some cases, you may even receive a letter letting you know you're eligible for extra help. This is a huge step in the right direction, and it's one of the things that could have the biggest impact on your financial situation in the near future. But let's talk about another issue that's been causing a lot of confusion: occupational and private pensions. If you've saved for retirement through a private pension, you might have been under the impression that those savings could help you maintain a comfortable lifestyle in your later years. But here's the problem: if you have a small private pension, it can sometimes reduce the amount of state support you receive. That hardly seems fair, does it? You've worked hard, saved up, and done the right thing, only to have your pension support reduced because of what you've saved in your private pension pot. Under these new rules, there's a shift to protect those savings. The threshold at which private income affects your state benefits is being raised. This means that more pensioners will be able to keep the money they've saved without being penalized. If you've got a small private pension, this could be good news for you. It means you won't lose as much of your state benefits if you've saved a little extra for retirement. This change could make a real difference to your financial situation. Now, let's talk about another major concern for many pensioners: the state pension age. For some people, especially those in physically demanding jobs, reaching the state pension age can feel like a challenge. It's well known that life expectancy can vary greatly depending on where you live, the kind of work you do, and your general health. Many pensioners have said that they feel the current system doesn't take into account these differences. Well, the government is looking to change that. The new pension rules include a review of the state pension age to make it more transparent and in line with life expectancy and job demands. This means that there could be more flexibility around when you can start claiming your pension. It's a move that could help those in manual labor or those with health issues retire earlier or at a time that makes more sense for their personal situation. In addition to the changes around pensions and retirement age, there's also a renewed focus on improving financial advice for pensioners. A lot of pensioners feel overwhelmed when it comes to managing their finances in retirement. Should you defer your pension? Is it worth buying extra national insurance credits? What about taking a lump sum from your private pension? These are important decisions, but many pensioners don't have access to affordable financial advice. That's about to change. The new rules include funding to expand free pension advice services. Organizations like Money Helper and Citizens Advice will be able to provide better support, and the government is even considering setting up dedicated pension clinics in local communities. Imagine being able to walk into a local center and get expert advice on your pension without having to wait for months or pay expensive fees. This could make a big difference to how pensioners manage their finances in retirement. One of the most heartening parts of these new changes is the focus on dignity in retirement. The government has made it clear that retirement should be about more than just surviving. It should be about living comfortably and enjoying your later years. That means better housing support, access to local services, free transport, and even cultural programs for pensioners. Imagine being able to attend local events, visit the theater, or join in community activities without having to worry about the cost. That's the kind of retirement that many pensioners have dreamed about, and now it seems like it's finally on the agenda. However, all these changes come with a question: how will they be funded? The government has said that the increased spending on pensions will be balanced out by closing tax loopholes and introducing a new digital services tax aimed at large tech companies. While this has raised some concerns, it seems like a fair way to fund improvements without putting the burden on everyday workers. So, what does all of this mean for you? The changes that have been approved could directly impact your financial security and your ability to access benefits you've earned. Whether it's a higher pension, easier access to pension credits, or better financial advice, these changes are designed to make retirement more comfortable for everyone. But the key is to stay informed and make sure you're taking advantage of the new opportunities that these changes provide. Don't let these improvements pass you by. In the coming months, I encourage you to stay updated and make sure you're getting the full support you're entitled to. This is a pivotal moment for pensioners in the UK, and it's essential that you don't miss out on the benefits that are being made available. The government has put these rules in place to help pensioners, but it's up to you to make sure you're fully informed and taking action. As I've said before, these changes could make a massive difference to your financial future. You've earned the right to a comfortable retirement, and these new rules are here to help make that happen. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and make sure you're getting every penny you deserve.